Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, the high performance mentor, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show raises the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts. Holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Yo, you know what I've learned? That most men don't fail because they're lazy. What I've learned is that most men fail because we fucking start drifting. You see, you don't need to fucking crash in order for you to realize that your life's on track. What you need to do is that you just need to realize, you need to look at your fucking dashboard and then realize, holy fucking shit, I stopped steering my vehicle. I stopped being in control. I, for some reason, let my shit go on autopilot. Let this shit go on cruise control. And that right there, my dog, is the reason why most of us fall into a drift mode. You see, there was a time, bro. There was a time when I thought my priorities were extremely clear, crystal clear. Like, I was working my fucking ass off to build my career. I was working my fucking ass off to provide for my family. I was working my ass off, man, just to keep the engine of success running, bro. But what happened is that over time, I started realizing that shit, man, if I'm not intentionally tuning, putting effort into each part of my life that really mattered to me, then what happens is that something would start breaking down. And when I say by something, some area, something that was important to me, whether it be my health, my family, my fitness, whatever it is, my family connection, one area or multiple areas started suffering because I stopped fucking the steering wheel of life. And then that's when it hit me. I was like, yo, I need to create some rules for myself. I need to create rules for life. You see, like when I aligned myself with the things that were important to me, when I aligned and I said, yo, these are the things that really matter to me, and these are the things that I'm gonna put effort into, and these are the things that no matter what, they're non-negotiable for them to thrive in my life. When I created those rules for life is when things really started to expand. Things really started to grow. All areas that really mattered to me started to thrive. Because what happens is that, if you're not intentionally putting effort into all areas, you start doing really good in others and you start doing really bad in others. And by the time we realize it, we're like, holy shit, this area is out of control. This area might be thriving, but this area is fucking all out of control. And maybe that might be the one that really matters to you. Maybe that might be the one who can really make you suffer, right? And so nowadays, I really align myself and I make sure that I have rules for life so that everything is thriving. And so today, my brother, I want to help you create your own rule book for thriving, not just surviving. This whole purpose, this whole intention with today's episode is to help you create rules for life in order for you to thrive. And what I've learned, and as I've grown, that the most important rule overall is to put God first. You see, God is the source of stability. When life feels like chaotic, when things feel like they're all falling apart, your faith needs to be your grounding rod, bro. You see, like it's very easy, actually, I should say, when everything is falling apart, when things feel hectic, when things feel chaotic, to say, man, I need some God in my life. I need some spirituality. I need my faith. I need all this. It's very easy to find that, and most of us actually find God, find our spiritual connection, really take things to the next level in that category when things are bad. But what I've learned is that when things are good, we tend to forget about that. And now, me aligning myself and creating these rules for life will increase my chances so that when things are thriving, I do not fall off of my spirituality. You see, this is not about being religious, bro. This is about being anchored, man. It's about having a source that you can lean on, that you can talk to, that you can have faith in, something that you believe in, a higher power, God, Jesus, whatever it is that you believe in, the universe. Like, you need to have a greater power. And for me, for most of us here, it's God, Jesus Christ. Like I start my days Every single day, man. I start my days with prayer, with thinking about gratitude. Man, even if it's just for 60 seconds. Like literally, I wake up, go downstairs, turn off my alarm, get a glass of water, and I go straight to the restroom. And before I would get straight on social media, because we're all fucking, most of us are on social media or taking a shit, right? And so now what I did is I replaced that shit. I replaced the scroll with gratitude, with prayer. And I have a journal app, and we all have it in our phones, you know, and if you don't have it, I'm sure you can download one. And so I start my mornings with a prayer, with little gratitude, and I thank God. I thank Jesus for another day. I thank him for waking me up today. I literally align myself with the intentions and with the purpose that I want to create in my life. And that right there has been a game changer for me. Just that little shift of changing the scroll with the prayer and the gratitude has changed my mindset, has changed the focus, has changed the impact that I'm going to make that day. You see, you can't expect peace in chaos if you never connect yourself to the source of peace. That's a deep one right there, bro. You can't expect peace in chaos if you don't connect yourself with the source of peace. And so my takeaway here for this little section is that you need to put your creator at the top of your list, not at the bottom of your schedule. You see, what happens is that when things are going bad, it's very easy to put him on the top of your list. But when things start going good, that's when he tends to go to the bottom of your schedule. And that, my friend, is why I created this rule for life, because I refuse to let my creator go back to the bottom of my schedule, right? And so that's rule number one. Rule number two is my health. And my health goes with my mindset and with my physical health. Right? You see, the vehicle that carries everything else in life is our body, right? And so our body is connected to our mind, and without our mind, our body won't move, right? And they're vice versa, right? Our body is our machine. You can't serve your purpose if your engine's always overheating, bro. And so I work on my mindset and I work on my body. Right? You see, the more consistent I become with my training, the more consistent I become with my meditation, the more consistent I become in making this body, this vehicle that makes me thrive in life, is the better I become in handling life's pressures. This is not just about fucking having abs and having some fucking big ass biceps. Like yo, I like that, yeah, and that's a plus, right? Being good, being fit, looking good, right? Like that shit takes discipline, right? But it's not just about the discipline. It's about the high performance that comes as a result of your body being on fire. It's how you feel because your body becomes on fire. It's how much clarity you provide for yourself because you hit that meditation in the morning. You see, health doesn't steal time from your life, bro. Like, if your health is actually not on point, it will steal time for your life. Health will not steal time for your life if you are on point with it. You see, it gives you more time to dominate your life. But if you're not dominating your life because your health is shitty, then you have already lost, my friend. And so this is why that's rule number two. Like don't treat your body like it's a fucking rental car. And that goes with your mind too. Don't treat your mind, don't treat your body like it's a fucking rental car. Treat your mind, treat your body like it's a fucking high performing race car that you plan to go for the long run, for the long haul, for years to come, because the reality is that this is what carries us through. And if your mind and your body ain't right, then you've already lost. If you don't got a fucking high performing vehicle to drive you forward, then you've already started on the bad foot, my friend. And that's why that's rule number two. Rule number three for me is my family. My family is the crew that keeps me grounded, right? And so my family goes with my wife, my family goes with my parents, my family goes with my siblings, my family extends to my friendships, my family extends even to my coworkers, to the people that matter the most to me, my relationships, because you can win all races. Like, you can win every single race in life, right? But if your family is not there and the people that matter to you the most, if they're not there when you're crossing the finish line, then my brother, you've already lost. It sucks to cross the finish line when nobody's there for you. You see, I used to come home and I used to be like still quotation marks on the job. I used to be like still on the clock, right? And then what happens is that my wife didn't need another boss. Like what she needed was a fucking man. She needed her man. She needed the man that she fell in love with. She needed a man to be present. She needed a man to be there for her and not be with my mind somewhere else, literally still thinking about work, still trying to answer emails, still trying to do all this shit. And yes, because that is important and we needed to thrive. But the problem was that I wasn't present when I got home, and I wasn't giving her the best of me when I got home, and she was getting my leftovers when I got home. And so for that reason, my friend, is why I made it a rule. See, family, your family should never get your leftovers. Like, your family deserves your presence. Your family deserves your best self. Your family deserves you at the best version of you. And you actually are your biggest project, my friend. And if you're not willing to work on yourself, if you're not willing to get your mind right, get your body right, get your spirituality right, and get your relationship right, then you will never become your best self, my brother. You see, the takeaway that I want you to walk away with this little section is that you want to make time for connection. You want to make time for laughter. You want to make time to have appreciation, right? You want to build moments that fuel your life and keep you alive, right? You don't want to have moments that people say, oh, this guy was never present. This guy was never around. Yeah, he provided, and he might have provided for the family. He might have put the cash down, but he was never around. He was never there. And that's something that I fucking damn well I'm working my ass off to make sure that it's never like me. That is never a part of me. And that's why family, relationships, the people that are most important to me is rule number 3, right? And so rule number 4 is your career. Your career is the mission that leads you. How you provide for your family, how you provide for yourself, how you feed the people that matter the most to you. Because your career, it should serve your life. Your career shouldn't consume your life. Even though, like, the truth of the matter is that our career, how we make our money, it tends to take up a lot of our time. It tends to take up a lot of our life, right? And so that's why it's important for you to align yourself with your mission, for you to make something happen, for you to create something, for you to have an avenue of how you create income for your family, for yourself, for your household, that you actually like, that you actually love, that it brings life to you, right? You see, I learned to ask myself, is this opportunity that I'm going after right now, is this thing that I'm pursuing right now, is this money avenue, this income stream, right? Does it align with my long-term mission, right? Or is it just some short-term money-chasing scheme? Right, and that was the game changer for me. That's actually what's built and given me the power to create some of these, to make some of these decisions that I've made, hard decisions that I've made recently. That instead of going after the short term fucking like big money, I've created going after the long term, bigger money, but in the immediate time, shorter money. Right? That's a hard decision to make, right? Because you're like, oh, what the fuck? I could really make some big dollars right now. But that wouldn't serve me. That wouldn't create a life for me that I would be happy. That would create a life that would consume me. And then I would get home miserable and I wouldn't give them the best version of myself, right? And so your career is very important to yourself. You see, busyness, I should say, it doesn't equal purpose. Like, there were so many times where I was like thought that I was thriving in business because I was busy, because I was always working, right? Because I was never present, because I was making the money, but yet the areas that most mattered to me were fucking dying. You can't be successful and still be unfulfilled if you're climbing the wrong fucking mountain. Like, I literally climbed a mountain, and when I got to the top of it, I was like, yo, I'm super unhappy. This is not where I want my life to lead. And I looked at all my peers, all the people who were on top of me and the people who were doing it, and I was like, yo, those people were like, I don't want to be like them. Most of them were divorced. Most of them health was shitty as fuck. Most of them, their kids don't even want to speak to them because they're never around. All they're doing is just asking for more money. And like, nah, that's not the life I want to live. And so that's why I created, that's why I made, actually should say, some of these hard decisions right now to, yes, make a little less money short term, but bro, the capabilities and the things that are going to create and the things that are going to come out of these opportunities that I'm making right now, long term, fucking game changers. It will fucking literally change the legacy of my household. It will change how we provide. It will change the time that I will be around for my family, right? Like, that was the game changer to me. That was what helped me make the hard decisions that I made. Because you can't define success, like for me at least, right? Like I don't define success by how much money you are. Like if you have a lot of money, but then your family is shit, they think that you're a piece of shit, or your health is a piece of shit, or like for me, true success means that you're thriving in all areas that matter. You have God, you have your health, you have your family, you have your career, right? Like success, and then we'll move on to the next one, which is your passions, right? Like define success in your own terms, my brother. Make sure that it includes your peace. Make sure that you're making money, that you're thriving, but that you're fulfilled and that you have a game plan to actually thrive in all areas that matter to your life. And so that moves to the fifth area that's really important to me, is my passions. The thing that sparks you alive, the thing that keeps you alive, I should say, right? Like there is this unexplainable feeling that makes me feel alive, that provides breath for my soul. Like when I dive into my passions, right? And motorcycles, 100% my passion. Fucking cars that go fast, 100% my passions. Things that make a lot of horsepower, 100% my passions. Like they remind me of why I grind. And I've literally put things in my life into play right now that feed my passions so that I can make all my areas thrive. You see, I've been so busy lately that I haven't made the time to write, right? I haven't been writing as much as I wanted to. However, just because I haven't been writing as much as I've wanted to, it doesn't mean that I haven't been fulfilling my passions. Like now with my spirited driving that I do every single morning, like man, that feeds my adrenaline, that feeds my passion, that starts my day on fucking boost. Like, and it's become one of the things that I look forward to the most. And so where can you create this passion for you, right? So like that morning ride for me, or should I say that morning drive for me, has been the game changer, right? Like the crazy part is that I avoided that morning drive for so long. I was figuring out in my schedule ways to not leave so early, and then now I'm like, yo, that has actually been the highlight of, I look forward to waking up early, and the earlier I leave my house, the clearer the freeway is, and the more I can haul ass, and the more I can get through, like, and the more I vibe with my car, and the more I create that passion of motorsport driving that really sparks and gives my soul the breath that it needs to really thrive. You see, passion isn't a distraction, my brother. Passion is your divine maintenance for your mental health, for your soul. It's what makes us breathe. It's what makes us feel alive. Right? Like never let your passions die. And I've gone through seasons in my life where I've let them die because I thought that I'm just in a grind season right now, right? And this is what I was talking about in the beginning of the episode, when you're really thriving on one area, but all the other ones are fucking at trash level, right? And so now those 5 categories, my God, higher power, my health, my mind, my body, my family, my relationships with my wife, my peers, my family, the people who are most important to me, my career, and then my passions. That's why I intentionally use all 5 as my rules for life in order to create a purposeful, driven life. They're the ignition for my switch of joy. They're the ignition for how I create creativity. They're my ignition for how I create clarity in my life. Like that is my rules for life. And so my question for you, my brother, is what are your rules for life? Like write them down. Think about it. Most of us, we just go so busy in life, and then we're just attacking the areas that really need attention right now, and we're trying to put out fires that really we don't think about what's really important for us in our life. And so write them down. Did you even know what are your rules for life, right? Like, or are you just hoping that they show up when you need them the most? Because if you are, they're probably not going to show up in the areas you need it the most. And if one happens to go by, like the other ones will fall to the cracks because we're putting out the fires. And so my challenge for you this week is that I want you to write down your 5 categories: God, health, family, career, and passions, right? And then I want you to intentionally list one action that you can do in each of those to help you thrive. Like, don't just think about it. I want you to commit to it, my brother. I want you to really get intentional with these 5 areas. If you're on this podcast, if you're listening to me right now, then I know that you vibe with those 5 core areas: God, health, family, career, and passions. And most likely our passions are motorsport driven. You see, a man without rules becomes a man without direction. But when you live by your own code, my brother, you start being rooted in faith, you start being rooted with your family, you start being rooted with your purpose, and then you don't just survive the chaos, you end up thriving through the motherfucking chaos. Yo, I'm slamming the checkered flag deep into the ground, claiming victory for every single wide open warrior who's out there. My brother, this is your wake-up call. Break the chains, step out of the average, and become that badass motherfucker that you were born to be. This Live Wide Open movement, this isn't just a podcast. This is a mission that God has stamped into my heart, and helping you rise is the purpose I live for. So lock this shit in, hit that subscribe button, and make sure that you never miss another episode. And if today's message, it lit that fire in your chest, my brother, then don't you dare keep this shit to yourself. Fuel another brother. Send this podcast to another motorhead, to another gearhead, to another warrior who's just as hungry for more as you are. Because let's be real, building a better life for your family is non-negotiable. You've got people who are depending on you. You've got a legacy to create, and those excuses that keep coming up, those shits will never feed the fucking table. It's time to get up, it's time to lock in, and it's time to get to fucking work, dog. This is your moment, this is your mission, this is your movement, and Wide Open is the fucking way. Let's go!